I think tonight we can spend time on our show talking about your opinions, talking about how you feel. Because if there's one thing I've learned in dealing with the Steel Toe Hate Squad, even guys like Carl and those people, it's that when people who don't feel heard develop a hatred, it can get really irrational, and it can get really weird and really fucked up, and it can wreck your soul. I've watched it wreck people's soul. And then you go to like the people. I can only view this through my own prism. I've watched people who have become so obsessed with me that it's become unhealthy for their life. And they develop just like even a look in their eye. That's like, it just looks like you got sick, like you got a virus of some sort. And so I don't want anybody in my audience to feel that way. So I am having one of those nights where I'm kind of going back to my radio days, and I'm feeling like a public responsibility for tonight's show. And I want to let you guys be able to sound off. We're going to watch a few stories. We're going to take a look at some things. But I want to let you guys sound off. I want to let you guys say what you want to say. We're going to go through it. We're going to read them. If we hit the goal, we hit the goal. That's great. I would love that. If you appreciate what you're doing, what we're doing, throw a couple our way. That's fantastic. But I just want to talk to you guys. I want to make sure you're okay. If you're a parent, if you're not a parent, if you're a student, whatever. I just want to talk to you. I want to make sure you're okay. If you've got hatreds, if there's things about today that are making you feel hateful, I would like you to tell me about it. I would like you to talk about those hatreds. I don't want to shame you for them. I don't want to tell you you're wrong. I don't want to call you a bigot. I don't want to do anything like that. I want you to feel comfortable in expressing yourself, because one thing I've learned in the last year and a half is that if you have unexercised trauma, it can fuck you up for the rest of your life. So I don't want anyone in my audience to feel like they can't express themselves or they can't say something. Sanford Sun says, any thoughts on Brennan and Karmic going to war today? That poor kid could use a friend about now, maybe even a link. Do you have anything? Do you have any clips regarding Brennan and Karmic? I would love to talk to the boy. I'd like to steer him in the right direction. I think he started hanging out with the wrong crowd. I think it fucked him up. And I think there's still room for that boy to be okay. Do we have any Karmic Kevin Brennan clips? I'm very interested. I don't see any clips. Huh. That's too bad. Guys, I don't, you know me, I don't watch this stuff. You need to get me some info here. Sanford Son with $5 says, I hate to give Burrow a view. Why? There's nothing wrong with Burrow. So what if he's a mentally ill guy who does too much internet and he's a little in love with me? I just want him to admit it. I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything. I'm just saying he's probably got a shitload of mental problems. All right. KarmicX reacts to his MLC podcast firing. Oh, boy. What happened now? What the happened now? Oh, nice haircut, Karmic. Now, back to me, Jules. I'm from Minnesota. It's summertime here. Even though I have a bright light shining on me, I have some color. I got some darkness. Karmic lives in Minnesota. How the is this Irish bog bastard this white in the dog days of summer? We're coming up on Labor Day, motherfucker. It ain't Easter. You shouldn't be this pale and see-through. Come on. Get outside. You're wearing it on your face that you're not going out. Don't you have a new girl or something? Take the new girl out to dinner, something like that. What are we doing? Why do I look like I could stare through one of your pores and see your brainstem? This isn't okay. All right, let's see what happens. So Kevin Brennan said no more Karmic. Now I feel kind of responsible for this boy, seeing as I made him. I created him. I gave him the platform. And then what's funny about it is that like all the steel toe haters were like, no, we have to take Karmic away from him. And I'm like, guys, he's not mine. Like, I just had him on my show. I thought he loses his mind a lot. He's really angry. I thought it would be fascinating to talk to him. We have to take him from the toe. You can have him. He's not mine. We just had him on. He's ours now. And then Karmic thought he had all these friends. And then all those people went, I'm bored with the Karmic thing. I'm done. And then he hopped on the Kevin Brennan train, which I think is a mildly healthier train. But apparently now that's gone too. Am I going to have to rescue the boy? I mean, he's going to have to take an ample dose of I told you so. But I mean, I'll rescue the kid. He's got a good heart.
Stuttering John and Kevin Brennan were cool. I guess not. I guess not. I didn't know that. I'm supposed to know that? Unbelievable.
Why? I'm lost. I'm confused. Why the f are we yelling already? Why are we mad? What's the deal?
I had nothing but respect for Kevin Brennan. Nothing.
You can still have nothing but respect for Kevin Brennan. I don't understand what's the thing that changed this. You understand you both talk into microphones like assholes for super chats. Like there's no reason there needs to be anything personal. None of this should be personal. This should all be an act. This should all be just doing a show. But so many of you guys treat this like it's real life. One of you thinks you're in an actual relationship with me. It's weird. I've never seen you in person. I've never met you in person. We've never spoken to each other. And you think you're in a boyfriend, girlfriend, even though you're a dude, relationship with me. And here you got this Karmic guy where he thinks like Kevin Brennan's his buddy, and none of this is personal. You don't know each other.
And it's not enough. I knew that going into it. It won't be enough. I've been nothing but nice and kind and respectful to his world.
Who gives a shit?
Everybody has a problem with me. That's a fact.
Karmic, I just want to talk to you. I don't dislike you. We don't know each other. You were on my show once. If you go out and you meet an asshole, you met an asshole. If you go out and all you meet are assholes, you're the asshole.
And they are easily swayed to have an issue with me. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. It's just the same shit every day. So I stepped on a goddamn eggshell today.
Landmine. Nothing happens if you step on an eggshell. You might get a little egg on your foot. Walking on eggshells as if you're being really careful because you don't want to upset anyone. If you're talking about like an explosion happened because of something you did, that's stepping on a landmine. That's a totally different. Never mind.
Because I was under the assumption that Stuttering John and Kevin Brennan were cool.
Oh my God! Who gives a flying? Is he Stuttering John? Are you Stuttering John? Are you Stuttering? If you say Stuttering John, you're a loser. There is not a sentence more embarrassing to me that can start with Stuttering John. I hear people go to me, they're like, I think you're like Stuttering John. And I'm like, the fact that you think that might be the gayest thing I've ever heard another man say to another one.
And I guess not. I guess they weren't. I didn't know. I didn't realize. I had no clue. And now I'm, persona non grata all the sudden. And what did I get? A text saying I'm pathetic. What the dude?
You know what you should do? Yell for the next 8 minutes about a podcast that has steel toe numbers like Kevin Brennan's does about how you're not pathetic. That's definitely going to convince everyone. I gotta tap out of this clip because I gotta be honest. These are boring. Also, no offense. I know So Thorough Joe Burrow worries about my opinion. I know it's going to drive him insane. He'll go on Reddit and Discord and bitch about it. Bro, you got to trim these down. 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Nobody's going to watch it for that long. It's probably why it's got less than 400 views. Okay. No, but dude, these are lazy. You're being lazy, my man. That's all. Sam Show says, I'm mad at Kevin now. I can't believe he did that. Whatever it was. Yeah, I have no idea what the happened. It just makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. And then, like, people watch that. They spend their whole day watching that. You notice how we went to 1 minute and 30 seconds and we were like, I got better shit to do with my time. There are zombie loser weirdos who they search out clips of that shit all day long. T. Duden says, Karmic is a nice boy. He's just naive and very dumb. I would agree with that. I think these guys all just lean too much into like the shit they're doing. I think they just lean too far into it and they get a little psychotic.